Hey everybody, it's Pixelated Pat, and I'm back with another episode of our Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Hardcore Nuzlocke. Apologies for the 5-day delay between episodes, I work 6 days a week. Anyways, today we're going to see if we can take on Azalea Town without burning it to the ground, so naturally this begins by convincing an elderly gentleman to commit assault on a local criminal so we can get our Slowpoke well encounter. After channeling my inner Jake Paul by displaying my physical prowess and agility in front of an elderly gentleman, our encounter for the episode is a Tentacruel. While I was pretty happy to see a Pokemon that I can not only meme on, but also have experience with in a challenge setting, in terms of how well it serves the team, it's not much when you consider that we already have really solid water Pokemon between Kathy and Paulina. Regardless, after applying the appropriate damage and getting hit with a poison in the process, we make Tentacruel our own and nickname it something I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say on YouTube, because the last time I named a Tentacruel this, the view count on videos featuring it didn't do so well. Granted, that could just be because I'm a small YouTuber getting by on duct tape content, but anyways, back to the game. So the real reason we're in Slowpoke Well, besides the encounter, is that we've been hired by the Azalea Town officials to investigate the lead of Team Rocket selling Slowpoke Tail without a city-approved permit. Naturally, this is something we cannot allow, especially with bugs crawling around the place. Not to mention the complete and total hazard to safety this Magby turned out to be when it put a burn on Paulina. This effectively took her out of commission for the remainder of Slowpoke Well since we do not have a burn heal on hand. Just don't tell Blaine because I don't want him to roast me. Next on the agenda, I switched my lead to Ivysaur because I thought he would be a good lead. The very next Pokemon we are faced with is an Entei. Since I didn't want to send in Paulina with the burn, my only real option was to send in Laxus for a War of Attrition. After Laxus eats his third legendary of the run, he's nice enough to leave the turtle soup for Static. Just when I was beginning to think that Team Rocket might actually be capable of providing a 5-star dining experience, the very next server suggests the Bat Soup. It was then I knew that I'd take down Team Rocket at all costs before they could cause another worldwide work from home event, even if it meant sending in my burning Paulina to take down a Rapidash. Not taking kindly to our official review, he pushed back by forcing us into a little switch fest when his Porygon managed to stall us with conversion. Regardless, we pushed through and knocked it out with Static, leaving no one standing between us and the manager of this establishment. Now, this is where I believe he may have mistook me for a run-of-the-mill Karen, because instead of listening to my complaints, he assaults me with a Blastoise. After making quick work of it with Ivysaur, we officially shut down Team Rocket's operation and banned them from ever selling food in Azalea Town. Sadly, since we are not in Season 1 of the Pokemon anime, where a good deed would bring us a gym badge, we restock on items and make our way to the gym to see what awaits us. In no time at all, we were able to make quick work of the first 3 trainer battles, with Birdman taking out this Delibird, Paulina taking out this Golem, Onyx, and Lickitung, and finally Birdman taking out this Sunkern. Shout out to these 2 for showing out in Gym 2. Next up, after knocking out this Dodrio with Static, we are met with a Moltres, and it was around now when I realized just how lucky I was to have Snorlax as a starter choice, because the rest of my team does not match up well. One War of Attrition and the second legendary of the episode later, all that stands between us and the gym leader is a Hitmonchan. Odd choice for a bird keeper in a bug gym. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, Bugsy. The first thing he does is send out an Elekid, but we're able to take it off the board pretty quickly with a couple horn attacks from Athena. From there, he sends in a Poliwrath, and this is where I decide to experiment a bit. While I knew that I could have KO'd it easily with Vine Whip, I set up Leech Seed and Poison Powder so I could get a feel for how much damage the 2 moves do together, just in case I'm ever caught in a situation where stalling is my only option. Practicing in the middle of a match might be wild to some, but it never hurts to be prepared, especially in a Nuzlocke. After taking down Poliwrath and disowning Bugsy for still using bugs in a randomizer, the Hive Badge is officially ours. Now that we've taken down Bugsy and destroyed the Azalea Town gym in the process, we still have one more battle before we can wrap up the episode. For some reason, the weird orphan kid from Naruto tried to stop us from leaving town. I really wasn't paying attention to what he was saying, but I think it had something to do with him having a reservation at Team Rocket's restaurant before we shut it down. In order to handle his complaint properly, the first thing we have to do is take down his Blossom with Birdman, which leads us into this very threatening Alakazam. Naturally, the first thing I do is send in Laxus, but we're instantly forced into a switch when we get hit with the confusion. After being lucky enough to avoid damage on the switch back into Birdman, we pivot back into Laxus, hit it with a Tackle, set up Amnesia, and hammer away with Tackle some more so we can take this Mewtwo Light off the board. From there, he sends in his starter, Mankey, who actually managed to give us a more interesting battle than I was anticipating. From there we make the switch into Birdman, but we are instantly hit with a huge chunk of damage, effectively taking Birdman out of commission for the remainder of the battle. From there I decide to give Paulina a shot, just for her to get hit with a crit upon entering the battle. After we hit it with a quick water gun, I decide to send in Ivysaur to try his luck. After chipping away some more damage with Vine Whip, I make the decision to hit it with Leech Seed just in case I feel like stalling it out. From there I make the final switch of the battle by sending in Athena to finish off her fighting type brethren, and just like that we have officially cleared Rival 2. That being said, we are fast approaching the end of the video, so as always, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of you absolute legends who made it to the end. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode, and subscribe if you want to see more, and most importantly, if you're a longtime channel viewer, let me know if you enjoyed this more bitch style of video compared to how I was making videos before. The support that you guys show me means the world, and I couldn't be more grateful that we get to be on this journey together. That being said, that's all I got for you today, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Pixelated Pat, signing off.